YouTube family, what's going on? YCImaging here with another video, and today I'm going to be giving you all a very brief review on the Sigma 18-35 f1.8 lens. I know that this lens has been out for a while, but I feel like it's my duty to give you all a review on it strictly from a music video director's perspective and someone who uses this lens every single day and has never owned a full frame camera in his life. Let's go over the quick specifications for this lens. It goes from 18 to 35 millimeters at a f1.8 aperture. This is an APS-C lens, but the great thing about it is it can actually still mount the full frame and be used at 35 millimeters at f1.8. So the people who have APS-C sensor cameras and also full frame, you can actually double this as a 35 millimeter lens at a f1.8 on your full frame cameras. In terms of build quality for this lens, is very robust. It has a smooth aperture and zoom ring, so you won't be picking up any external audio when you're doing your manual autofocusing. But this lens is very heavy, man, so keep that in mind for the people who are using pistol grip gimbals that have a weight capacity. When I purchased this lens, it came in at around $800 brand new, but I'm sure you can find it for a little bit cheaper if you get a refurbished version or even a used one. In terms of autofocus with this particular lens in video mode, I can't really touch on that much. I've never used the autofocus in video mode with this lens, but with the GH4 using the Metabone speed booster, I was able to get some amazing photography from this using autofocus and photography mode. So the one thing that personally excited me about this lens is there aren't many of its kind right now. Being able to do a 1.8 aperture at 18 millimeters is crucial right now. There aren't many lenses that do that right now, and it also zooms to a semi-telephoto 35 millimeters. So in terms of versatility, man, I personally love this lens, and I think this may be the best versatile lens for APS-C sensor cameras. I own and use the Ronin M on the regular, so this lens is coming pretty clutch for me. Being that when you zoom in and zoom out on the lens, the length doesn't change externally. It makes it so that you can basically balance your Ronin at an 18 millimeter, and if you need to zoom into further focal length, you won't have to go in and rebalance that whole system. So that is a great plus for me personally. Before owning this Sigma lens, I owned the Tokina 11 to 16 millimeter lens, which is a great super wide angle lens, but when using the Ronin and I wanted to get a more close shot, I would have to switch it out to a Canon 50 millimeter lens, and that in turn would make me have to rebalance the entire system. It was just a complete pain. So with that problem, I then sold the Tokina and purchased the 24 to 70 millimeter lens, and then I found myself indoors and that lens just was not wide enough for me most of the time. So I sold that and I picked this up, man, and ever since then I've been completely happy with this lens purchase. Pretty much any camera I've ever used this lens on, the image quality has come out amazing. I've used this on the GH4 with the Metabone speed booster. I've used this on the A6300, which is what I'm shooting this on right now. And I've even used this on the Canon 5D Mark IV because the 5K on that camera has a 1.8 times crop factor. And the image quality that has come out of all of these cameras has been simply amazing, man. Anyone on APS-C or Micro Four Thirds that's just looking to upgrade their lens to something that's more versatile, I definitely recommend this lens all the way. In terms of my personal rating for this lens, I think that this is the best lens in terms of versatility, man. Being able to get those wide shots with a nice aperture as well as zoom it in a little bit and get those nice close shots with a nice aperture as well. It's just the all-around plus for me, man. That's gonna conclude my quick review of the Sigma 18-35 lens. If you all have any questions, please make sure to drop those down in the comments below. I'll make sure to answer those. If you all would drop me a like, I would greatly appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel also if you haven't already. I'm gonna check y'all out on my next video. Peace.